Hello. Hello
Uh,
again. Thank you for joining me. Can you tell everybody your name, what you do, and where you are?
yes, my name is Marielena. And I'm a preschool teacher here in Windsor. As our center is called Windsor State Preschool, California. And everybody here call me Teacher Mari.
Teacher Mari. Okay. Marielena. Okay. Did I say your name correctly? Or correct,
Yes,
sort
you
of correct?
did.
Okay. 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 Um, so how have you been managing your classroom and your program? Do you teach preschool age, by the way?
Yes.
Okay.
So it's between 3 and 5. Yeah.
Okay. So how have you been managing your program since the pandemic? Did you start virtually and are you in the classroom now and how has all
Yeah.
that gone?
Yeah. So when the pandemic starts, so we start just doing virtually after 2 weeks that we've been just totally closed. And then we decided just to keep the same relationship with our families. So we're just putting a packet every week for families, and then they were coming to pick it up. So this is why we closed our year 2020. So after summer, the company was deciding what to do, but we are just waiting until the health department there were giving us the permission and all the protocols we need to follow to reopen the center. So we finally opened September 8th. And so we have two different turns of the kids, two different teams. So we have just one in the morning, we close and then open for the afternoon. But we only have presential for the morning. So only we have 10 kids in the morning and 11 kids for distant learning in the afternoon.
So is that a big change from how you did things before? How was it before the pandemic? What was your schedule and numbers?
Um, well, we have a big number, so almost 28 kids before the pandemic. So, and now we reduce, the numbers of the students. But the good thing is we keeping the same kids that they just come back. They need another preschool year. So we don't have any new family. So I'm glad that the number match exactly what we require. So,
Mm-hmm.
and what we are just keep the same families. We know them, they know us, so they trust us again in these difficult times. But the things change because the kids couldn't understand the situation. It is hard not to keep in contact even with the kids that they are coming. So not hug them and not keeping, close each other. So that is very hard to understand. But we make this a special book that they are talking about the mask. So, and then the kids, they are learning the superheroes use mask, and then it's many people who is working uses mask. And so the kids, even that is not required, so we make that required for the families, and the kids, they are using the mask for 3 hours and a half in our program.
So the children are
They're
wearing masks.
and they're doing for 3 hours and a half.
Wow.
So, and then they're so good doing it. And then we have our PDA board, and then we took pictures when they are safe using the mask, when they're respectful, keeping the distance. So, and the kids, they are just adapting to all these new rules that we have. Even the school looks totally different. There's no many toys that they used to have it. So it's everything is individual, the staff, the areas. And yeah, but the rules, even, when they come in, it is different, taking the temperature, asking questions. So, and then they're adapting to the routine, even the families. I'm very surprised. I'm very proud of, they are trusting us the same like we are trusting them.
Well, that's really good to hear, Maria Elena. That's really, you're really fortunate and probably just through a lot of hard work have really developed that trust with the families. And it's nice
Mhm.
to hear that the children are adapting so well. So
Yeah.
how have you been adapting? And let me just ask this, what has been most challenging or even painful about this whole process, the last few months?
Um, was making the phone calls for the whole families and trying to set up the time. So because families are working, even that they have the kids at home for the distant learning, that one is more work is for distant learning. I think the kids and the families trying to the teachers adapt to the times and the families adapting to our time. And because you know that we need to put everything in evidence, we need to write down any note that we are having, and then having all the DRDPs for the children,
Mm.
that one is the most difficult thing because we have IEPs children, and then what is the DRDP that we're using? They took a lot of time to give us the last answer for that. We were waiting for, uh, to the specific measures that there is going to count for this year. So that one
So
was the more challenging stuff.
you still had to do those DRDPs even though you didn't have in class, even
Of
though,
course.
wow. Okay, that is challenging when you don't have
Yeah,
the children there.
yeah. But that one is I need to say that the relationship that we have with our with the families, so they're making a good connection because they are sending, but we post the curriculum in by email, and then we have our own group on Facebook that we create for our families, and we are communicating on that way, and then we posting the curriculum for the whole year, and the families, they are taking pictures and send us in the email the work for the children, so we have the evidence, and then we have one phone call for a week, and one video phone call for a class that we are doing for the whole full week. But then the families, they are just taking pictures and making notes for us, send us those that information. So like we know how is the progression of the kids, how they're developing the stuff. Even with the parents, they're doing the 70% of the learning with their children. But that one is a commitment that we have, not only teachers, parents too.
So let me just ask you, this is really amazing information because I'm really hearing from you that the parents really stepped up and really provided a lot of, you know, um, you know, uh, pictures and things for what your children were doing. So what do you feel like it sounds like you have a strong relationship with the parents, but do you feel like your relationship with the parents has gotten stronger through this? And do you feel that the parents feel more confident in teaching their children?
Yeah, I think they are appreciating more our, job as a teachers, because but I think they never knew that they were the first teachers that the kids have at home. So, but this one, I giving any, every phone call that I make with my families, they giving the confidence that they are doing the good, they're in the good path, they are doing their job, even that is little, or sometimes, they're doing extra extension of the activities. There are some parents that they're different, but they are doing it. And then I'm just giving the confidence that they are going to keep doing it because they love their children. They love to learn, and they're even playing, even conversations, new vocabulary, new words. Anything works in this time.
Wow. And do you feel like now that they've come back that they're continuing to be stronger in terms of, working with their own children, talking to them, playing with them? Do you feel like they're doing that more than they did in the past?
Yeah, I think so. I totally, if I am comparing the work that we are, because we have the same curriculum for the morning and the afternoon, and then what we doing in the morning, and then what the parents are doing in the afternoon with the kids, sometimes more at home, because they see that, they have more, the kids, they're more open. They want to do more extra things. The parents, they're happy just doing it. Or maybe they have a little brother another kid over there. So they are doing as a group. So, and then there is always this extension, and then surprise me that, and they have sometimes better ideas. I say, do you like to be a teacher? I'm asking the other day, and mom said, no, I'm doing enough. But,
Maybe you'll get some new teachers out of this, though. Maybe you will.
they give us really good ideas. They like explore more with any lesson that we are doing sometimes. And then I'm very proud of the parents. No, it's not doesn't happen with all of them, to being honest, but I can say that 70% of our families, they are doing it. They have a commitment.
And they've just really learned how to learn through play and through interacting with their children. They learned that it's natural. They've learned that they can do it naturally. And that's one of
Yes.
the biggest things to be able to teach parents. So
Yeah.
I'm just really impressed. That's wonderful. So so that's really positive. Has there been any other positive, something surprising or positive that's come out of this experience?
Um, not really. So that surprised me that the parents that I said that they have a really commitment, or sometimes when I give in some resources, as example, I was talking with the librarian, because the librarian used to come like twice a month to give in some classes, reading stories and all the stuff. And then I communicate with her, and then she provide me even video, how to get a card from the library, how to card pick up from the library. And so I'm always trying to be ahead, what the parents, they need to know that there is resources. We have
Right.
webinars, and then parents, they can be, and then we just ready to provide, but this one is teamwork. It's not only myself. I think that is, we are just 4 teachers over here at the classroom, and then everybody is doing their job with their families, and
So,
even our supervisor that is behind us over here to support us too.
so you've been doing a lot more to support the families, and they've been doing a lot more to support you. It's been
Yes.
kind of mutual. Um,
Yes.
And has anything have you had to be courageous or brave? Has there been anything that has taken courage for you during the
Um,
pandemic?
yes, we have actually 2 COVID cases over here, and one was a straight exposure. Another one was not. I'm glad it was not. Just was secondary exposure, but anyways, was a very hard time, because it's I was my first case, and we need to write down, we need to follow by a nurse what we need to do, what is the steps. It was very stressful. And then what we can do with the rest of the families, we need to say it, and everybody needs to make a decision. We need to come back or not, so we need to keep it open or not, and then fighting with the smoke over here, evacuations. And that one was actually 3 weeks that there was like that. One first case, the second week was another case, and then plus the smoke outside, we couldn't go outside for the kids. It was very challenging in all those times. That one was a very hard times that we had.
Yeah, we didn't need the smoke on top of everything, did we? No.
Poor
So
children.
I know the poor children, yeah, it's been terrible. It's been terrible. So how are you taking care of yourself through all this, with all this extra stress and all this extra support you're giving? How are you taking care of yourself?
That's actually that one was one of the questions in the supervisor meeting that we had last week, how we are doing it. And then, I'm from Peru, and then my family is away, and I couldn't see my parents this summer. Usually I go every year, but we are having like every week we have a Zoom meeting with my family. So it's we have the same time since the pandemic started. So always is laugh, a lot of laughing, having fun, relaxing time. Sometimes we have a drink, sometimes not. So different subjects. So we are just remembering things like, and that one is how I'm taking care of myself. I'm just having socializing with my family, not feeling that they are far away from me. They're very close, and asking, the questions, are you okay? How was your week? It's like, oh, my week was this, and then everybody was sharing. And then that one is the way. And then we are trying to walk with my family every Sunday. Sometimes I don't run, but I walk fast. But that one is we are doing some outdoor activities with my family. So and then it's yeah, that one
So
we are doing.
a lot of family time, and you're able to keep up with your family that's far away. You're even doing that weekly. So that's kind of maybe something that you think you might continue, forward. I mean, you are continuing just to keep meeting with your family every week.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think everybody is agree because I have like my family, my aunties and my uncles. They're like getting old, and sometimes they're alone, so they're waiting for Saturday in the afternoon to have the meeting, to see everybody.
Oh, that's so nice. That's
Yeah,
really nice. Yeah, that's
yeah,
really nice for them because a lot of older people are isolated right now.
yes,
You
and
know,
then yeah.
well, great. That's a good tip. And do you have any last words for other teachers, people in your position? Do you have any advice, any last advice for our community?
Well, yes, I would like to say that is, I think in this special difficult time, and I think communication, any communication, like the virtual, it is a new platform, to communicate, but even that you are working with the team, so there is communication is the best thing that we can do because emotional that is help you too, and then saying how you feel, and even that we cannot just touch, each other. We used to hug each other, here in our school, no anymore, but verbally saying how you feel, it's like sometimes that you receiving a warm word, so like they're hugging you, it's like I'm sorry, or oh, I know how you're feeling today, it's like that. It's something like it's a virtual hug that your heart is receiving. So, and then I receive a lot of love between my team work over here. They're very special, even that we are sharing, something that we bring, words, and sometimes we have a PDA in the bathroom with posting notes that we are just writing down what we did for each other. So that is, it's nice to read that, and
Yeah, that's good advice.
yeah. So I don't know. Our supervisor has that idea to say, where is the place that we can read? Everybody goes in the bathroom. At the door of the bathroom over there is, and then you have on a piece, a note, and then it's a marker. So and then we are writing down, and this is the way that we communicate. Sometimes we don't have time, to talk too much, but there is a piece of note that we need to write
Right.
something positive for each other.
Wow, you've really been, so your advice is to really find ways to support each other and communicate with each other and just speak with heart to each other,
Thank
to,
you. Yes.
yeah, yes. Very
I'm
good
very impressed over
advice.
it. Yes.
Yeah, it sounds like you're in a good place. Thank you so much, Marielena. It was really, really great words of wisdom to share with everybody. And,
Thank
I appreciate your time, and I know that you don't have a lot.
you. Thank you so much for these words. Thank you for the opportunity, and I'm very welcome to help you.
Thank you very much. You've helped a lot of people.
Oh, I'm glad. Thank you.